This episode of The Prod is brought to you by Station Square Restaurant, Modern Methods Brewery, Salvatore's Italian Grill, Green Life Holdings, and Brokers Realty. Three, two. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners, lovers, and friends, welcome back to The Prodcast. I am your host, Jim Fogarty. We are broadcasting to you up above Dave Grohl Alley in beautiful downtown Warren from Two Ticks and the Dog Productions, a working studio and production company. Today, our guest on the show is none other than Ottavio Musumeci from Station Square Restaurant in Liberty, Ohio. Let me clue you guys in for those who listen from outside of the area. If you're driving through Northeast Ohio, and you're close to Western Pennsylvania, and you're on 80, okay, and you start to get hungry, okay, wherever you're at, and you see signs for Youngstown, okay, or Warren, or any of these places, and you get hungry, pull off of 80 onto Belmont Avenue in Liberty, Ohio. It's Route 193, and do yourself a favor, get yourself some Station Square, because the gentleman that I have with me today is not only my friend, also a client, and a incredible restaurateur who's been in the business now for
35 years.
35 years. And he's brought some of his goodies with him today. He not only has one of the most successful restaurants in the Mahoning Valley, he also creates his own wine. He has his own wine label. He has his own spices. He has his own sauce. And they are all available for purchase and to buy. And I'm sure he'll ship them to you if you're in another state or area if you want to try them out. Ottavio Musumeci from Station Square Restaurant. Welcome to the show, sir. That's your turn to talk.
How you guys doing? You want to talk first, but it's okay. You can do it. No problem. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, Jim, kind of give you like a little nice introduction. My name is Ottavio. I own Station Square. I'm the chef. Like I said, I'm in this area for 24 years almost, and I own Station Square for 22. I've been in the restaurant business for 35 almost. July 20, gonna be 35 years. Started in 1988 in Torino, Italy. Torino is the capital of Piedmont.
And that's where you're from.
Exactly. And, it's a 1 hour from Milano, 2.5 hours from Monte Carlo, France, 1 hour from Liguria, from Portofino. 1 hour from the mount, 1 hour from the sea. Great area, great location. The Truffle area, area de Barolo, Barbaresco, Assi Spumante, a lot of great wine.
So, if you haven't guessed, Ottavio, he is very cultured and very astute in being a chef, but also being a wine connoisseur and a wine enthusiast. You mentioned those places, which I'll say he's got the best, one of the best wine lists in a 125-mile radius, according to Wine Spectator magazine. You guys have been the best of several times.
Yeah, we got the Sansi. We got the second award, the Wine Spectator. We got 450 wine in the wine list. One of the biggest in about 150 miles, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, with a lot of selection from all over the world. From Italy, French, Australia, a lot of California, Spain, South America. From $20 a bottle to $5,000 a bottle. Whatever you can afford, whatever your palate like it, sweet, strong, dry, sparkly, we got them all.
What's the $5,000 bottle?
That's the Chateau Petrus. It's a French wine, 100% Merlot, 1990. $5,000, $4,900 exactly, $4,990 exactly.
So let me ask you a question, because people want to know this. Do you guys sell a lot of those bottles, or do you sell,
that specific bottle? I saw the one. Maybe a couple of years ago. It's not every day anybody can buy that, but we got a lot of wine connoisseur coming from all over, a lot of traveler. Was a couple guy from Chicago about a few months ago, about two bottles of the Opus One, about $500 a bottle. And he said with the same price we charge in Youngstown for 2 bottles was the price of 1 bottle in Chicago.
Oh, there's a plug. There's a plug for people to come here to Youngstown from
so
Chicago.
Like our price is very fair. A lot of people do triple. We don't do that. We mark up a little bit.
What is that?
Depends on the wine. It can be 30%, 40%.
Oh yeah,
but depends on the wine. But you go in some place like a ridiculous price about the wine, and but just say we got the order signature wine like a Session Square Cabernet and Chardonnay. We just changed it like 6 months ago. Before it was from Sonoma, now it's from Napa. And we try a lot of different, wine every year, and we try to get the best for the money too. And this is from Napa. The Chardonnay is 100% Chardonnay from Napa Valley, and the Cab is a Cab and a little bit of Petit Verdot for color and taste. For $26, a great wine, great deal. You can beat it. And the wine is great.
Well, you brought some flavor for those who aren't watching on video.
But it's kind of shame a little bit because we're drinking from a plastic cup like college kids. I feel like I'm in college in Miami. My son is going to Miami, Ohio, like with the plastic cup.
Well, when you're hanging out for parents' weekend and you're drinking, this is what you can drink out of. We're a working production company. He goes, "Don't you have any wine glasses?" I go, "Well, I mean, we don't really drink here that much, so."
And this time I bring my own.
Yeah.
Shame. I never like drinking wine in a plastic cup.
Well, I'm sorry, but thank you for bringing the wine, and I gotta say, I'm not a huge white wine drinker. I don't usually drink like Chardonnays or Pinot Grigios. I tend to lean towards more like the dry wines, but I gotta say this wine is actually really good, and it reminds me of like summer. Like I'm, we're in the spring getting ready for summer. Like I can't wait to come on the patio and maybe have a nice chilled glass in a glass instead out of this plastic cup.
Exactly. But yeah, exactly. This Cab is not like this Chardonnay. I'm sorry, it's not like that's.
It's real smooth.
Dry. It's not sweet.
Yeah.
You got nice balance. It's like a nice herby. It's not too fruity. You got a little buttery finish.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little nose in the beginning. So it's great with a lot of seafood dish, light chicken dish, light pasta dish. Very compliment. But today is no more rule. Anybody can drink white red with whatever dish they like it.
Yeah. That was kind of frowned upon at one point, right? They're like, "Oh, you got to drink red with a steak and white with fish or maybe
it's
chicken."
It's kind of your preference, whatever people like. Yeah, I like it. Big, boldy Cab. But for me, if I eat a beautiful piece of alabaster or shrimp or seafood, I'm going to drink white wine, a nice wine, Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Vermentino. Nice compliment with the fish.
When I first met Ottavio, which was, 15-20 years ago, you bought the restaurant, the Station Square,
in 2001
with your wife Bridget and your family. Pat Esposito and Bridget Esposito were schoolmates of mine. They were Bridget was a year older than me, one of the prettiest girls in the class in 1993. When Pat called me, Pat was a couple years older, was a basketball player, and he called, "Hey, come in the restaurant." I go, "I got to see who this guy that Bridget married," because she's still a beautiful woman. She was a beautiful girl back in the day. And then you meet Ottavio, and I we hit it off right away. I think mostly because he reminded me of my great grandmother Filomena Pagano, because he obviously does not speak, English is not his first language. So I'm here today also to translate.
It's not good enough for
a little bit. No, it's very good.
What
it's very good. It's very good. But you could say it on the air. But when I first met him, I thought, man, it's like being around my grandmother again, because she was off the boat, and we would converse. When I was a kid, I actually spoke a little bit. All of us kids spoke a little bit of Italian, because her husband Matteo, my great grandfather, and her and my grandmother Esther Pagano they spoke it in the house, and so you would pick up on it. And then as we got older and it kind of got further away from us, because you're not using it every day. But anyways, he reminded me immediately of family, and then we would be at different places together. We've had a 15-year or so business relationship. Two Ticks is able, graciously and thankfully does commercials for the Station Square restaurant. And we've worked together for a long time. So we've become friends. And of course, socially, we'll go out together and people will say, "Oh, is that your brother?" Now, people have said this, right? I'm not making this up. We both kind of have curly hair, We're both shorter in stature, okay? I got a beard right now. I thought about shaving to see just how close in looks that we look, but he's got a lot more sun. He says it's from being over the grill, but I think he was out skiing somewhere, okay? He likes to ski. You got a nice color.
I'm a little
today.
prettier.
I'm pale.
He's like a little uglier.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that. I'm not placating you. I think at one day I probably was a little more handsomer, but I've got some wear. But tell me about how you first, you're from Torino. What was it like growing up there, and how did you get involved with like cooking and entertaining people? Because part of what you do is the cooking, but I gotta say, like anytime you're there at the restaurant, there's a different. Not that there's not great energy when you are not there or when you're back in the kitchen, but Ottavio is the chef owner, and he goes around the table, and there's always like he just has great energy. You have great energy, so people like you're entertaining people. When did that start? Was that something that was from your family, or was it just something you had as a kid, or it's just the Italian way? Tell us. Our listeners need to know.
First of all, the Italian way. Mostly, you like moving your hands. You like talk about the people, and then you like I don't want to say intrattain, but be spontaneous in a situation. People ask you a question, and joking around a little bit. My wife's getting mad sometimes when you always got to joking around. But it's kind of like at my kids. Sometimes everybody say, when you're on TV or when the people ask you go and talk to people, you feel embarrassed, you feel like a anxiety. So no, go over there and do what I talk to people and don't worry about it. You got to be spontaneous and don't think about it and be do whatever you got to do. But it was hard when I come in this country, because when I come in this country in 99, I never speak English. So it was very hard. People talk to you, you don't understand what they say. So it was very hard. But, after little by little, I pick up and learn stuff and start to talk to people a little bit more. It was easy in the beginning. I know how to cook because I was in Italy already for 12 years before that cooking.
When did you start cooking?
Started when I was 14. Like I said before, in July, I still remember the day, July 1988. So, sometimes people do the math and say, well, but you went to college, you went to high school. No, I never went to college or high school, but I started when I was 14 in this very, very high-end restaurant. I remember 14 people in the kitchen, everybody dressed up with a chef hat, the chef, sous chef, chef de partie, commis. It was like a very, very high-end kitchen. My first job when I was 14, it was like a work by the pass or risho, the way they call them.
What is that?
It's like a hot table. When you open it up, you get a hot dish. You take the hot dish temperature, they heat the dish nice and hot. And for whatever different antipasti, primi, secondi, first course, second course, you got the chef de partite, commis, the plate. After my job was to make it pretty.
Oh, yeah?
Clean them up.
Nice.
And the chef say, oh, okay. And the dish go out. So
you were like an artist.
No, it
in
was
the
like
beginning.
whatever the chef told me to do. And
but you're arranging the food to make it look more appealing to people. Yeah.
It's funny things because a lot of people say, "Oh, you never wash dishes." Sometimes I was helping wash dishes, but my first job was that. Work over there. Clean the kitchen. Clean vegetable in the morning, fresh, whatever coming.
What time would you start? What time would you go over there to start, and what time would you leave?
We start usually 8:30, 9. We leave around 3 o'clock. We come back around 5:30. We work until 10:30, 11. or maybe later. So we need to 6 days a week, sometimes 7. So the chef will say, "Oh, tomorrow we gotta work." We work. You never say no to the chef.
And you're 14 years old at this point.
14 years old.
You can't even get half these kids now to get to do 3 hours after school. You're 14. You're working, double shift basically.
Yeah, every day. And
how did you get into that? How come what got you there?
I know it was a school material. I never liked school.
Did you get in trouble at school, or were you just weren't into it?
I can focus and sit down while I gotta move and do things, whatever. But I finished my 8th grade. My father said, "Okay, you don't want to go get a job." And 2 weeks later, I got a job and working, and I got a lot of different opportunity to work in different restaurant, different chef, and I was a chef by the time I was 19. Some of the restaurant and work a lot of different places.
Now, did you train formally as a chef? Did you have to go to school? You learned on the job. You're in kitchens in Italy, and
I never went to school, and I work in a restaurant.
Your whole life, basically, your whole life.
Gonna be 35 years in July now.
Wow.
I remember one of the first time I cut myself. I was a couple months working in a restaurant. The chef gave me a whole wheel, the Parmesan cheese, 40 kilo. He said, cut them up in 32. First of all, I never saw so much cheese. And second, I said, how you do that? First I tried with a knife. The shell was hard. I'm like, I didn't freaking cut this. First time I never saw him. Like, Joe, I try, put a knife. You got a special knife, like a pointy knife. You get 4 of those. I said, why you give me 4 of those? But I was thinking, so I put one over here, one over there. I tried to cut it, and I cut myself in I got a shirt at the time, chef jack, like that, and my shirt kind of opened, but I barely cut myself, but the shirt was open. So I tried to figure out, I don't want to ask the chef. And after I asked another guy in the kitchen, say, you put a one knife each side, 4 sides, and it kind of crack a little bit. And the first half open, after you gotta cut it, 16 for the first half and half. So kind of I did a little bit last minute, but.
Lenten time or anytime, Station Square Seafood is delivered daily and always prepared fresh every time. And now to go with your salmon, swordfish, or any favorite dish, Station Square's small batch signature seasonings. Lemon pepper, Cajun, or charcoal steak rub. Award-winning beer with live weekly entertainment. Modern Methods Brewery, downtown Warren, Dave Grohl Alley. Check taproom hours at modernmethodsbrew.com and come thirsty.
It was a lot of challenge, a lot of learning. A lot of, great memory, and a lot of famous people come in the restaurant I work.
Like who? Who came in?
One time, it was in 92, 91, 92. Saturday morning, closed the restaurant.
What was the restaurant called?
La Rocca. And they closed the restaurant, and I said, we're going to have 20 people today. I said, okay. About 2 hours before, we got 4 big, giant fucking guy coming in the kitchen,
muscle guys, big guys.
Muscle guy, I'm like a big bouncer. Coming in, could barely speak Italian. I'm like, what is this guy? So I said, nobody allowed to come out, nobody allowed to go in down. So I said, the chef, who's here? So we got this big menu, 7-course meal. I'm like, no one told us first who was it. Nobody was allowed. Every time you touch a knife, people looking at you. I was like, and it was a Gorbachev.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. I never saw him personally because you can't go in the down or whatever.
That's cool.
And what's the guy from the Rolling Stones?
Mick Jagger?
Mick Jagger.
No kidding. I think Mick Jagger has a house in Italy.
One night the chef left, and the sous chef, it was early. I was 16 years old, and I was me, a couple of my friend Andrea, he was kind of 1 year older than me, and I was making the meat. I was 16 years old, and the metro hotel come over and said, got this important table. They want a lamb shank. You gotta go nice. No problem. So I will learn how to make. I send him out. So the server come over, the metro come over. Who made the lamb? I say, yeah, I made it, like Tony. So the customer want to talk to you. So I went over there. It was Giovanni Agnelli, the president of the Fiat and the owner of the Juventus, one of the soccer team.
Wow.
So he was very nice. You know, he gave me, I think, I don't know, $5, whatever it was that time, 10.000 lire. And talking about...
What is that, like a tip?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Usually in Italy people don't do that too much.
Okay.
But at that time, and after he said, what kind of soccer team you like? So in Torino is a two soccer team. There's a Torino and a Juventus. Now Juventus is one of the best team, but I'm like Torino better. I'm maybe from Torino.
You didn't tell him that, did you?
And yeah, because he asked me, I say, who you like better? And I started, in 2 weeks, it was called Il Derby. It's like a match, like a Pittsburgh Steelers. Just
Okay.
it was a Torino Juventus. He said, "Oh, you're gonna go at the game?" I said, "Yeah, we were looking for ticket. It was a little expensive." And he said, "You're gonna go?" And he asked me who I like. I said, Torino. I said, "Oh, you like the other side?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, you need some ticket?" "Yeah, I like it." I said, "No problem. Tomorrow morning, me and my guy in Piazza Castello, downtown, he's gonna bring you some ticket." I thought he was joking. I said, "Serious?" The guy called the morning. The restaurant. I went over there. He gave me 4 tickets for Distinti. Is one of the, like a clubhouse area, Okay,
Wow.
I never can buy that.
Yeah.
I was like, the guy was getting gentleman.
Well, and you've had fine taste ever since. Now you're used to that.
Oh no, the best story was the first. I was 14, and the first year I worked. I started in July. The first New Year's Eve, the best. The first New Year's Eve, every table, first of all, it was 7-course meal, and every table you got a champagne card. So every table you get like a champagne for the midnight toast.
Yeah.
So that night, every table get a champagne. So usually you get a little bit left in a bottle because everybody buy a bottle. And I'm talking about Cru, Dom Perignon, Weekly Co.
All top shelf.
All the Bollinger, and you mentioned all the best. So people done, the Metro Hotel, the sommelier, bring the bottle, the chef, boom, he hide the bottle behind the slicer. He hide the bottle behind the slicer. And then the night you got like a 12, 15 bottle. Now, that night the chef left early, go out with his wife, whatever. So chef left, the Metro Hotel left early. We thought early was already 12:31. And midnight. So, and then the night, me and my friend Andrea, now he's a chef in California at the Soho House. And we were there, we finished him up, cleaned the kitchen, and we look at it. And behind the slicer was still like 12, 15 bottle. Little glass left, 2 glasses left.
Yeah.
I never drink champagne in my life. So we 14, my friend are 15. We grabbed those bottles. We would drink it by the bottle, Dom Perignon. This like how much it is? $200. We were drinking like it was no tomorrow. We went all home so drunk, we walked, and they were drinking so much champagne. I'm like a first year. I never drink champagne in my life. That was my first year I drinking the best champagne.
That's funny.
Yes,
You got spoiled. You got spoiled early, man.
the beginning.
You got spoiled early.
In the beginning, it was like.
Well, then what happened? How did you end up? How did you end up here? How did you end up? You met Bridget. How did you meet Bridget?
After I changed a couple different restaurants.
Is this all still in Torino, or did you move away at any point?
No, in Torino. I got a lot of opportunity. I was talking to somebody today. One story. Okay, when I was 19. The executive chef for all the 5 restaurants, the owner on 5 restaurants, Antonio Chiodi Latini, if you remember. He's a Ottavio, and we got this restaurant in Thailand, Bangkok. I want you to go over there and be the chef over there. And I'm like, chef, you think I can do it? Thailand, you can have 30, 40 people under you. I'm like, you're going to make more money than 30 people in the kitchen because they don't make a lot of money over there. You go over there for 2 years. And I'm like, thinking about it. I never went. I don't want to live with my father anyway. So I never went. I find one of my friend went to my place. After 3 or 4 years, he was the vice president of Gilly Cafe. Is like one of the number one coffee in Italy, JYL. And now he's a big time.
Yeah. Well, hey, you didn't do too bad yourself, though. I mean,
anyway,
you
so I got a
life here.
lot of opportunity, London, Spain, but I never went. But so after that, I work at La Rocca. I work in the other restaurant, La Smarrita. I work in the other restaurant called Villa Somis. And then we do a lot of banquet in the summertime.
Is that where the picture's from that magazine?
Yes.
Villa Somis. I remember that.
So I work in Villa Somis for the time I was at 20, 21. Until I came in this country, I was almost 24. And so every 3 months, we were with this program with the son at the school in Costigliolo d'Asti, where I got make the Asti Spumante in the area. Asti, where I got the Barbera, Arnese, a lot of great wines from, and when there's a lot of Whitechapel. They got a school that work together with the San Domenico restaurant in New York, Tony May, I think is not there no more now. And so every 3 months the school call and it send the people from all over the world, like Brazil, China, Japan. So one day the school call, I say, oh, we got this girl from Ohio. I say, Ohio? What is Ohio? I don't know what it was, Ohio. I don't know, it was in US, in China, Japan. I don't know. Ohio, what is it? Oh, America, Ohio. Oh, okay. I say, we need the people because summertime, we get 2 people working. They work for free for 3 months and stage. After I got to fill up the paper, I had to do it. I did that or whatever.
You were like the boss.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And so my wife, Brigitte, come over and she was only 21 at the time. And I was 22. And, she worked.
If you're not watching this in video, Ottavio's got a big smile just came across his face.
Super, super beautiful. She's still beautiful. But she was like amazing. And, we go out, whatever. And one thing's another one, She was there for 3 months. She went back. After I come in Ohio in Halloween weekend, I was there for 4 days. Took me around, took me Halloween in Pittsburgh, and I find out what Ohio was like. And after I go back. She coming back. We worked together for around, for a while, and then we got married in Italy.
Wait, I feel like you're leaving a bunch of stuff out here. I mean, paint this picture here. You meet this beautiful girl, but your whole family is in Italy. Your mom and dad there. You got brothers and sisters?
I got 2 sisters.
2 sisters, your cousins, your aunts, uncles.
Oh, everybody.
So,
but in the beginning, I don't want to come here. We were there. She got pregnant over there, and after she got pregnant, she want to come here. I said, wait, I don't want to go there. We bought a house over there, whatever. And she want to come here.
She wanted to be by her family. You got to come.
So I come in and right away I started working in a local restaurant. And after 3 days I was here.
Now where'd you work at? You came here.
Vernon.
You worked at Vernon's Cafe.
18 months. His dad still alive. He speak Italian.
Oh.
Some don't speak English. There was a lady in the kitchen, Maria. She was very helpful, very nice.
Sure, I remember Maria.
And so after 3 days I was here. I was here December 28th, January 3rd, 4th, I started to work over there. Like I said, I don't speak English, so it was a little bit hard in the beginning.
Yeah, what was that like?
It was hard.
Hard to do the orders and stuff? I mean, what do you say? Do you say, like, I don't understand?
I don't understand. I see the ticket, and it was, I know how to cook, but I don't know. It was hard, and it was hard. But I started to know the area, I started to know people, and like I said, this area, I got a lot of great people, and the people, becoming friends, a lot of nice people. I remember, one time I come in to work, and, I was living in Justin Village in Warren. I was speeding by the mall, by Olive Garden, and 35, and I don't know, I was doing 55, 60, whatever. And this big policeman from Nile, George.
Oh, yeah.
George stopped him and said, where are you going? You speeding? I said, oh, I'm late. I was going to work. I said, where do you work? I said, I work at Vernon. I said, okay, go to work. Let me go to work. Where's my license? I said, go to work. He told me go to work. I go to work, and he took my license. 20 minutes later, he come over. So this is yours? I said, yeah. So slow down this time and say, you see this face? I said, yeah. Next time you see me, buy me 2 drinks. No 1, 2. I'm like, oh, okay. No, that's just the way you work over here. That's great. Anyway, a couple other stories, but I don't want to get nobody in trouble. It's a nice area and a lot of great people. A lot of Italian people.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of great restaurant. Now, I'm kind of in a group. A lot of group restaurant, local restaurant, everybody, like my friend, everybody, you're kind of helping each other for most of the time. And
Ottavio is referencing the New Valley Classics. The Valley Classics was a group started by a group of restaurant guys and Bill Griffin, who was a account exec over at Comcast. And he was like, if anybody knew Bill, man, Bill was this like awesome guy, like vivacious, tons of energy, always had great ideas, and really was a great promoter. He was a great promoter and a great salesman. And he put a group together of all these restaurant guys, and they called them the Valley Classics. And Bill unfortunately passed away a few years ago, and kind of to honor his memory. And during, I think we did this like right before COVID or right during when COVID first kind of started. All the guys kind of got back together again. They kind of had pulled me in. I didn't do the production or stuff, before that, but, they pulled me in and they formed this group. Now we call it the New Valley Classics, and there's a website. You can check it out at thenewvalleyclassics.com. And it's a group of restaurant guys. I'm gonna let's name them so they even get, there's Salvatore Coppola from Salvatore's restaurant. Ottavio mentioned Vernon Sesta from Vernon's Cafe, Nicky Francos from Buena Vista, Kenny Hyderis down the street here at the Sunrise, Eddie Moses from V Squared, Leo Del Garbino and his family from Leo's restaurant in Halland, Ronnie Corantra from Cafe Capri, Ottavio and Sidar together from the Living Room Tavern, Sidar Dede from Cafe 422, of course, Ottavio, George Consadas from the Sharon Hot Dog Shop, and Michael Alberini from Michael Alberini's, and Mark Canzanetta from Bistro 1804.
Good group, a lot of good guy. Everybody kind of helping each other. Turn out after 22 years now, almost going on Station Square. Wherever I go, I know people know me, and got a great reputation, great business.
We'll tell people a little bit about the New Valley Classics for a second, though, because I feel like we know what it is, but I don't want to leave the listeners hanging.
It's like a group with a restaurant and to try to come up with a new idea for the Valley, Chombo, Mahoney County, and the county, and sometimes we do like a project together or promotion together, or we do a lot of kind of fundraise or donation together. Help different cause. And, try to come up with a good idea, better idea to serve the area, and try to people, try to stand the people more, support local instead of franchising.
Right.
Nothing bad about the franchising, but if you're local, area, franchising, you don't know who they own the place, where they own the place, where the money go. Local, we support the local, buy local, especially us, we buy a lot of, meat, seafood, all local. Local is always is like a circle chain, supporting each other. I buy this from you buy this from me. We are helping each other. Local, the painter or the concrete guy or whatever you need in life. Try to support the local, and for the most part, people's very supportive. We are thankful. We are pretty busy.
You guys are pretty busy. I was just talking to Greg over at the comic book store down the street, and he goes, dude, what's up with Station Square? How come I can never get in there? I go, I don't, you can't go on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. You got to get a reservation. He goes, well, that's the only time I go out. And I go, well, you got to go in the day when you can get in. He says,
Yeah, you can make a reservation and then we find a spot.
You're very busy. You're very busy, and all those other guys are busy as well. And the reason is you guys are running quality shops, quality restaurants. You have a quality product, and the service is always great. And everybody out of that group, like you said, just to kind of dovetail off what you were saying, all those members of the New Valley Classics, they're all stakeholders here in our community. They're raising their families here. And not only that, they are also, I know you're like me as a small business owner, and you're much more in the forefront than I am. You're getting hit up all the time for, hey, can you help out this charity, that charity, and advertisement in the local, football program or soccer program or, all that different stuff. And those guys, support a lot of different nonprofits. And it's great. I love that you guys, came back together and went, kind of did that New Valley Classics again, because it really shows that, hey, listen, at the end of the day, you have your own restaurants, but we're all kind of in this together. The Valley's kind of all in this together. And you're supporting these local places and not a franchise. You're supporting people's families, and you're also supporting those folks that work there and their families. And I just kind of thought that was really cool, that you guys kind of went back and did that again.
Yeah, I think sometimes I feel like we should do more together. But, people life, so busy. Like I got 4 kids myself, and, sometimes it's hard, the family life, work life.
Well, that's a question of mine, actually.
It's pretty tough.
How do you balance that? Like, how do you manage a successful restaurant and still manage, you've got 4 beautiful kids, a daughter and 3 boys, a beautiful wife. How do you manage the restaurant and then still raise a family and have a personal life? Like, what's that balance?
It's very, very hard, and was very, very hard in the beginning too. I want to say for the first 10, 12 years I've been there. When my kids was little, my wife's just coming for half an hour. We go across the street, ice cream place, or go to the park, the Liberty Park down there for half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. They gotta go back, because you want to try to make can't leave the restaurant, you don't know what's going on, and what people doing, have the right people in the right place. It was hard, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, a lot of, unfortunately, you miss a lot of stuff. The kids, I got no choice. So it was very hard. Now, we close Sunday. Until Sunday, the only day I was home. I take the kids in the morning, we go breakfast, go to church, we go Chuck E. Cheese, we go whatever, try to give my wife a break. Or, spend the most time you can. But, it's hard and, tough. But that's the price you want to pay. You got to pay for if you want to be successful, you want to be consistent, you want to be in top, the little detail. Because, today, it was hard. Now it's more hard. Find the right people for the right job, unfortunately. But today I'm trying to sometimes take a Monday night off when I can, and try to take vacations. We're going to go ski with the boys, with the kids, and summer vacation maybe on the weekend. But it's hard to balance. It's time that, you got to put the restaurant first. You don't want to, but you got to. And,
well, it's your livelihood, right?
you got to do what you got to do.
You're providing for your kids.
And, in the show, in the end, if you want to be successful, you gotta, if you want to be, you gotta be consistent.
Need great food fast? Visit mysalvatores.com and order anything on our menu for a quick pickup. All of your favorites ready when you are. Specials available on mysalvatores.com.
Want to be debt-free faster, save money in taxes and insurance, and retire with more wealth? Call Zach Byler at Green Life Holdings today for full-service financial advisory. 330-219-5225. If you're looking to buy new or sell your current home or commercial property in Northeast Ohio or Northwestern Pennsylvania, look no further than Brokers Realty at brokerssold.com.
I always say, the number one things in this business, they want to consistent. You can't be one day 5, one day 10, one day 3. You want to be, 8, 9. Nobody's perfect. Everybody make a mistake. I feel like sometimes people don't give you a break. You get a 10 great meal, and maybe the 11 is some little mistake for some reason. Nobody's perfect, only God. And people, oh my God, one time, and honestly, I'm the first, when the people leave, you want to make sure the customer is happy, people's happy. You want to try to fix the problem right away, whatever's the problem. It can be kitchen, can be the server, can be the hostess. It's like when the people come to me and said, "Oh, Ottavio, great job tonight. Everything was fantastic. Everything was on point. Everything was good. Service was good." And I'm like, "Thank you," but it's not just me. When every given time, especially Friday, Saturday, we got 13 server, 2 bartender, 3 hostess, 3 busser, 2 salad lady, 6 dishwash, 6, 7 people in the kitchen. You got 30, 35 people staff. It's not one man job. It's like a puzzle. Can everybody kind of gotta work together for make it happen? Me by myself, it doesn't matter the best chef you are, you're not gonna cut it. And funny things, me and my wife for our anniversary, we were in Napa Valley about a few months ago for our anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
24th anniversary.
Nice.
We were one of the best restaurants in the country. I had to find a reservation. One of my friends made a call. We got a reservation in. It was the French Laundry in Napa Valley. 17-course meal. It's fantastic.
Holy
whatever.
smoke.
We got.
How long does that take to eat? 17-course meal. What do you have, 6 hours?
3 hours.
Jeez,
3 hours, whatever. But feel it was 3 hours because it was kind of. It was just the experience, whatever. But we got the fortunate to be the meet. One of the top number 1 chef in the country. He's the only chef who got 7-star Michelin, 3 at the French Laundry, 3 at the Il Posto in Cleveland. In New York. I don't remember the name. One was at Bouchon in Vegas.
So he's got 7 Michelin stars.
7 is the only one in this country, and he was there.
Is that the most ever?
In this country, there's one French chef. He got 13, but he got 4 different restaurants, 3 Michelin. We went in the kitchen. He was there. First it was a little cold. After kind of got nice. He opened it up. He told me on a restaurant, whatever. And he showed the kitchen. Wow. You talk about, it was like 30 people in the kitchen. 30. Kitchen was spotless. Everything was on point. Everybody professional. Everything. So it doesn't matter if you're, you work in a little mom and pop restaurant, 1-star Michelin restaurant, 3-star Michelin restaurant. You still gotta have a lot of stuff to make it happen. One person, it can't do it. Everybody working together, and you gotta bring the people together to make it happen. Because it doesn't matter how many people are gonna kitchen, say, no, got somebody, organize or making point. Things are not gonna happen, especially today. But a restaurant, it's pretty tough.
It's a tough business. Tough. Well, and they say if you're not there all the time, the quality falls off. Usually the owner, and you're there all the time.
Pretty much. My father would say in Italian, "Con l'occhio del padrone ingrassa il cavallo." And any aspect is right. That means with the eyes that the owner, the horse get bigger. And that means, with the eyes that the owner, your business, the horse, get bigger. If you don't watch, you get skinny, you're going to die. You're going to fail.
Cavallo is the only word that I knew. That was the only new horse, right.
And, you got to watch. You got to watch the detail. I feel like today, the new generation especially, it's not very, unfortunately, detail-oriented. It's more, try to make a buck and leave.
Well, let me ask you this question, because, this has been a topic of conversation amongst foodies, locally and otherwise, talking about the attention to detail. You have so many details. You have a vast menu, probably one of the biggest menus in the Valley. And I know people have suggested, hey, Ottavio, why don't you simplify the menu? Why don't you? But, what is that challenge like? And what are some of the challenges of that? And what are also some of the benefits? Now, for the people who go to eat, like me, they have sushi night. You have an Asian flair. You can get Italian. You can get something that's more of
Cajun, stir fry. And that's the problem I was thinking about a month ago. I'm over there Sunday, got cleaning day, hood cleaning, whatever. I said, I got to shrink this menu. Because, Saturday night was terrible. Terrible. It's never terrible for the server or for the kitchen. It's never terrible for the server or the customer. It's terrible for the kitchen because, like I said, number one is a lot of prep to do. And thankfully, I got three prep people every day. I got one guy just make a sauce, greens, a pepper, and a couple other one, make it all the other prep. It gotta be done. But a lot of saute dish, grilled dish, broiler, and so when I'm over there and try to shrink the menu. When you want to shrink the menu, you want to take off the stuff can sell the less. The stuff can move it fast, or the stuff take it the longest to cook, the prep or whatever. So after the over 100 different dishes we got in the menu, I come up with only 2. Can still sell a little bit, but I can take them up. After I never accomplish nothing. After I'm over here 2 hours, pick up on my brain, and I can take nothing off because I think about, okay, like a Jim said, we got a bunch of appetizer, salad, soup, and then we got all the pasta dish. Pasta dish, we sell every pasta dish in the menu we sell. Just it's nothing I can take off. After we got the chicken and veal, we got so many chicken and veal dish. Now, okay, the trick, the big menu is to having a you got a chicken, and now with that chicken you can make a 12, 13 different dishes like we got in the menu. Because you got same, main base center plate. And you make it in different way. But all the different ways, you gotta prep, you got one table, get 5 different chicken dish. You still gotta have 5 pans making it. Instead of having a one, say it's only one chicken dish. So that's the hard part, the tough part. And all the stir fry. Sometimes we're not like an Asian restaurant, but we got stir fry in, chicken, shrimp, filet, veggie. It was so very good. We got a Cajun, like a blackened chicken, blackened prime. And see that Cajun chicken is the one of the number one sell. We sell a ton of those with the Cajun cream sauce. Blackened grouper, we sell a lot of those. Blackened prime, shrimp Diana, we sell, not bad. After we got the combo plate, we got the sandwich. So when I think I say, I'm like it's in some circle, some point, because in the end, my initial goal when they come up with the menu, all this dish and make it up, because my idea was that, if like a 4, 5, 3 couple go out, they want to come in Session Square because they're not going to find something for somebody. Somebody that night you want a Cajun kitchen, spicy kitchen, we got. Somebody want a pasta, traditional Italian, we can get. So want American, like a cheap ass over there. You want a burger, we got a burger. We got a great burger because we got CAB, certified Angus beef.
Yeah.
Beef is not frozen, it's fresh. We ask you the temperature, you want a medium rare, you get a medium rare burger. You go to most of the franchising, they give you the burger well done. Because it's a frozen patty. 99% it's frozen patty. It's a fresh, we cut it, a lot of time we ground the beef when we do the filet burger in the menu, or from the Mena Farma, the organic burger, because the organic beef. So we got a little bit of everybody. And the only things we know got in the menu. Some people sometimes ask, oh, you guys don't make a pizza. And I want to say, Fuck you. What do you mean? You know, the only shit, we don't make a pizza. First, we got no room. The second, we got everything else except the pizza.
Right, it's not a pizza place.
And on top of this, like happened Saturday night, super busy. You already got 100 different dishes. I got a special that weekend, you know, Chinese bars, Bio Sobuco, Barramundi, voila, you know, like a new, you know, like a just for Lent, some Lent special, whatever. Oh, ask Ottavio. I feel like tonight I wanna, I like the Bio Saltimbocca. I'm like, what the fuck? We got already 10 different dishes, the Bio in the menu. We got a Bio Ossobuco that night. We got a Bio Chop, Bio Milanese, Bio Marsala, Bio Picara, Bio Francese, Bio Parma. You fucking want a chicken? You want a Bio Saltimbocca? I'm like, okay, you know, okay. I got the prosciutto. I got the sage. I thought to wait 20 minutes. You know, I gotta pound the prosciutto in the sage inside the Bio and the pensiere with the cheese, whatever. And I made it. You know, that's my fault. My wife says, it's your fault. You spoil the customer. You know, because now I got so many customers texting my phone. Oh, I needed 5 people tonight. They call me like a half an hour, 6, you know, Saturday night. Oh, I get a table for 5. Oh, I want to buy it in the bar area. When we already got no room. I'm gonna put a table on my ass. But I don't know if I can get a table. But, you know, maybe it's pleaser. Try to please the customer, whatever. And that is another things. Can't think like I told my wife. Sorry, it's about, you know, when you please the customer, they know. You know, you go in those most of the franchising, and they ask you, oh, this dish coming with a French fry. You ask, oh, I don't want a French fry like a broccoli. I don't want to fry food. And no, this French fries. He coming with the French fries. We try to bend it. We try to.
No, you're very accommodating.
Make it happy. You know, like a Saturday night, I got freaking ticket cup, you know, all over the place. And you know, the guy want a Bio Saltimbocca, and okay, I make it. To the wait, I make it. Or so many other dishes. Or people call before. Or you can make a paella. I'm not fucking Spanish restaurant, but you know, I make it when I get time. I make it. You know, call me Capodanno in advance. I get all the ingredients. I get the saffron. I get the stuff. I make it. Or people, you know, I want a lamb shank. I want this. Oh, a couple days ago, somebody wanted a lamb shank. That's it. We got a rack lamb. We got a lamb chop. We got no lamb shank. Oh, why you can make a lamb shank? It's because fucking take 5 hours to cook it. See, I can't make it now. It's take 5 hours. You gotta braise, you gotta put it in the oven for 5 hours. You know, call me a couple days in advance, I get it, I cook it for you. But sometimes, you know, we made it a monster. Like, you know, people kind of, I feel like now the expectation is so high. People wanna, oh, Ottavio can make this. Oh, I go over there, he can do it. I'll go over there, he can do it. You know, sometimes people think I'm like a magician.
You called it magic time. Okay,
yeah, magic time.
This is where the magic happens.
Where the magic happens, but you know, if I was a magician, I'd freaking be a billionaire. Yeah. But you know, for most of the time, we make it happen. We like at the wine list, we got over 450 wine and wine lists. One of the biggest in the area. 2 Wine Spirit Award. We got any flavored wine, any area in the world, any grape. But still, oh, you think you can get this Chardonnay? I say, why? We got already 25 in the wine list. No, you know, like no one. But that's my favor. Yeah, I'm like, okay, let me, you know, it's just like a lot of time we got to follow the trend. Like now, you know, the two, you know, before it was whiskey and vodka, now people drinking more bourbon and tequila, the two high-end spirit, you know, it's like a more bourbon tequila. So we got over 50 different bourbon in the restaurant, you know, from the top, Papi Winko and, you know, all the big high-end. In tequila, just got another 4 or 5 high-end tequila. And with the basic, another about 15 different kind of tequila.
What other tequilas? You got Casamigo over there?
We got Casamigo. Casamigo is just advertisement, but we got all the high-end. I'm not good with the name, but...
Did you guys get Jordan's, the Sincoro? Did you guys try that?
No, but just got another one called The Sun. It's like a ceramic glass bottle.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Beautiful. Very, very nice.
That's like $150 a bottle or something? $250.
And you got a bunch of other ones. So you ever try to follow the trend? whether people like it, whether people drink the most. Come up with a special drink, special dish. And it's season, fall. You gotta try the pumpkin. You try to get this. You gotta try that. Springtime, different stuff. In the summertime, I got a zucchini blossom for my own garden, and the people love those. People ask 2 months in advance. When they come, I say, you gotta grow. I can't put a miracle of grow. Especially my garden is organic. My wife is like a nice answer. She's worried about now. We're gonna have a garden this year. I say, yeah. Oh, I don't know. We gotta test the soil first. So I got the shit from wherever.
East Liverpool.
I said, I'm not gonna have a garden. I'm like, relax. Let me figure out. We're gonna have a test. Do you want to test this? So no, she's not gonna have a garden. She don't want to have a garden.
Well, I think it'll be okay.
It's gonna be okay. We're 37 miles away.
Yeah.
But she's freaking out.
My wife thinks every time she walks the dog and it's raining out, the dog's gonna, he's got acid rain on him or something. So that's a terrible tragedy. We're talking about the East Palestine, Norfolk Southern. The plane derailed. The train. I'm sorry.
Not the plane.
Yeah, the train. Yeah, not the plane. The train derailed and spilled toxins all overboard. So yeah, people were concerned.
Yeah.
But that's another thing you brought out. You were one of the first restaurants to really offer and advertise organic menu options and non-GMO menu options and locally grown. You mentioned the zucchini blossoms that you grow at your garden, but you also source a lot of your produce locally. You mentioned Manna Farms. You get Piedmontese beef from there. I mean,
Manna Farm is like one of my good friends. He called me son. I love him. Dominic Marchesi.
What's up, Dominic?
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
That you talk about worker. The guy's 84 now. He's never go nowhere. He's there on the farm all day long with those cows. And, when I go over there, he's welcoming, nice. He's the best. He let me pick a cow. What do you want? I feel like, the cow ready to go. And, from 1974, it was the first in Ohio. Grass-fed, antibiotic-free, 100% organic.
He was the first in Ohio?
First in Ohio in 1974.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Research that. And, he don't trust nobody that work with him. You don't want nobody give a shortcut to nobody, take care of the people. And he got a lot of different pastor. When this pastor is done, he got to open it, go to another pastor, and after go to another pastor. And he saw the amazing. When they send a cow, he gets slaughtered. He told the guy, what's the cow, whatever. He walk away. Because after he raised those cow for 24 to 28 months, you can't look a cow in the eye contact, because you feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Because every cow got a name. Josephina, Michael, Kelly, Angela, they call them. Every cow got a name. And, when he's got to send the cow, he's like he raised those cow for 24 months, 28 months. He feel bad about it.
Sure.
But after I said, Dom, he said, the only good things, they die better than us. I said, what do I mean? When they go over there, there's a little chain go over there, one bullet in the middle of the head, boom, 2 seconds it die. I said, when we die, we got to suffer. I said, me is a good point. I'm like, he said, that my only concern is good. I'm like, okay, you're still going to die. Hey.
Well, I can attest to what Ottavio is saying, having been to Dom's farm too. Dominic's got what I would consider happy cows. When you're looking at these cows, they just look like they're having the best time, man. Grazing, walking around, mooing.
You treat it like you don't treat it like an animal. You treat it like another person.
Yeah. It takes great care in growing obviously his cattle, but also his vegetables too.
Turkey. Thanksgiving we get a turkey.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you had mentioned about the expectations are so high. You recently won a couple of awards. You rated one of America's best restaurants. Tell us about that. I know you don't like to talk about it because you don't want the expectations to be high. Somebody will be calling you for veal saltibugo tonight, and you'll be like, what the? But tell us about that a little bit. Those are great honors, man. I mean, do you feel not that you need to feel validated. Like when we win some awards for our commercials and stuff, the real reward for us is like when I call you up on the phone and I go, hey, how's that? Oh man, people like it. People are talking. But it's nice to feel like you're validated by your peers in the industry. Do you feel that way when you win those awards?
Sometimes you feel that way. And like I would say before.
Tell us what you won real quick.
We won a lot of different awards, but that one was one of the best restaurants in the country for a lot of different aspects. And the people was from California or wherever they're from.
I forget.
They come over, they did a little show, they did a little commercial, and it was great. It was great. And we got a lot of prize for that, and it was great. And, a lot of local. 2 weeks ago, the lady from Tribute said, oh, you won a best award for this. I said, oh, that's good. And I don't know that, but it was nice. That's good because it's local.
Sure.
And it's a people choice. It's not like some snobby, 3-star Michelin gourmet guy, undercover go and try and then purposely throw the fork on the floor and wait how long you're going to take it to pick them up. Because that's what the Michelin people does.
Yeah.
If the fork is not straight, like 100% straight, a lot of that, you get some shit, whatever. But people is real people.
Yeah.
Not like a asshole sometimes, those people. But anyway, what I want to say, it's like when you win some award when you win some award, paper or even a plaque or win a trophy, a lot of, merchandise or a lot of fundraising we do, it's great. But for winning that award, is like I said before, is like because it's a lot of sacrifice, like in the beginning and now. And then, a lot of efforts, a lot of consistent, and make sure, when they, like 2 weeks ago, I got, we buy all fresh seafood. I got 10 pounds of halibut. I opened the box and it smelled so bad. And I called the guys, hey, what? We don't freaking serve that. It was so bad. You got to make sure every product comes like the consistent, fresh, nice. The oysters, no, it's not open when they come. Nice, tight, fresh. You look at the tag. So there's a lot of, when you get award or people compliment you or people you do some work, there's a lot of efforts go into to make that happen. And it's not going to happen overnight. Like I always say, my kids is like sacrifice is a big word, but sacrifice is where it gets you somewhere. Sacrifice where it gets you. My daughter said, "Oh, I want to buy a Porsche someday." No shit, I want to buy a Porsche too, but I can't buy it because I gotta freaking pay for you guys' college, and but take a sacrifice. You're not gonna buy a Porsche overnight. You're gonna buy $100,000 car overnight. If you make only $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year, you gotta save it, get a promotion, maybe work overtime extra, or get a better job, or come up with some idea that make it happen. If you want something, you gotta work for it. If you want something, you gotta make it happen. It's when we win an award, is it because and behind that award, it was a lot of effort, sacrifice, sweat, and creativity, and you better than somebody else or good. Just to say a funny story. Today is a Tuesday, Sunday. I don't want to mention, but was it this, big competition or whatever, and somebody asked me to be the judge. Okay, yeah, I'm like, my wife's mother. Only Sunday you owe me. Why do you gotta do that? I said, oh, I promised the guy I'm gonna do it. So over there, was a bunch of other judge, famous people. I'm a little guy over there or whatever. Not just little, but whatever. Was it the chef of the White House was there? I was talking to the guy or whatever. I tried 20 different pizza. It was a 10 different pizza place, 10 just classic pizza, 10 like a creative pizza, and most of them was bad. I don't want to be a bad judge, but it was bad, because you got to judge about the crust, the cheese, the sauce, and overhaul. And some of the crust was mushy like I don't want to say what, and some of the sauce was like a freaking is it coming from the jar. The cheese, it was terrible. Overall taste, it was so. What about? So I'm thinking, when you want to be successful, you want to, be a part. You gotta be. You want to be different. You want to be better than somebody else. Everybody can be average. everybody can make a plate of pasta, can make a steak, you can sear a piece of fish. But it's how you do it and all the efforts you make it for be better than somebody else. But,
you put a lot of pride into your work, and you're actually not. I know what competition you're talking about. I was talking to a buddy yesterday, and he said the same thing. He says, you would think, he said a lot of it was like warmed over too, and the volunteers, and I didn't want to eat it because he felt like the boxes were open and they were just like sitting there. And he said, but a lot of them were just like you said, average. Like it was just like a regular attempt at a pizza. Nobody, and he mentioned some restaurants that weren't there, that were there in the past. Not to knock this event at all, because the event raises...
Yeah, I don't want to say name.
Yeah,
it was 1,200 people. It was a lot of people that raised, I don't know how much money.
They did a great thing. But the bar, I think, was he didn't have the bar set high. He felt like the bar was set higher for his expectations than what was delivered. Yeah.
Yeah,
that happens sometimes.
And, I give you credit. I give you, now say, maybe, like I said, the pizza place is I'm just saying, in Borman, 30-minute away. I don't know, I never asked that question, I should. Is it able to use the oven in the kitchen, to rewarm it up, or to finish the pizza, crisp it up? Maybe, I don't know. So this is why most of the crust was mushy, and it wasn't crispy, and it wasn't tasty, and it wasn't crunchy.
Yeah, you want to taste pizza, it's just got to have come out of the oven like a minute before you put it in your mouth.
That can be one of the reasons.
Sure.
But, anyway, it was a good event. They raised a lot of money. Like I said, it was 1,200 people. It was a lot of local brewery. They did a great job. But, like I said, at the end of the day, like the song from Elton John, Sacrifice. A simple word, but that's how it came in.
Well, where did you get that? I mean, I've been fortunate enough to meet your mother. She's a very warm person, so I can see where you got your personality from, and you're caring about the product that you're putting out and the people that are, the nice thing about when you go to a restaurant, I think if you boil it down just to your experience as a user, as a patron of a restaurant, why do you go to the restaurant? You go to the restaurant for good food. But the whole thing boils down to trust. Like you're trusting someone to eat or to make food for you to eat. So that means that food's got to be tasty and healthy and and maybe there's good wine to match with it. There's an experience there, but it all boils down to that idea of trust. And so when you come to your restaurant, it's like, I know this guy's got a lot of pride, and you love people, I see it in you when you talk to your customers. You love your customers. So that part of it, I could see, your mom's a very warm person. Where did you get that work ethic from? Where it's like, I'm going to work 14 hours a day because I want to be successful so I can provide for my family.
Number one, that, it was, when they, this is funny story. When for a few years, me, Jim, and Cato Adebari, we did a jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
It was competitive.
I used to kick his ass in jiu-jitsu. Just want everybody to know. Yeah. The only reason I started jiu-jitsu is since we came off on this subject. The only reason I started is I got him in to jiu-jitsu. He was a little puss. He got me in. But he says, "Oh yeah, I do this jiu-jitsu. We're gonna glove it up and whatever." And I says, "Do I get to punch you in the face?" He says, "If you can." And I'm not a morning workout person. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. I go, "I'll be there." Because this guy is like one of the biggest shit talkers ever.
I kick his ass.
Many times. Couple times. Maybe a couple times. We'll get whatever. Bundy on here. We'll ask about it.
What I'm going to say, you want to be competitive when you do something, do right. So jiu-jitsu, whatever.
Sure.
But the main things boil down when I get somebody, one of the employee, one of the server, one of the cook, or my philosophy. It's simple and easy. I always said to him, why the table tonight wait too long? For you, agree the people and bring the water or ask what kind of drink you are. And I say, there's only two things you should be thinking about. When this is your job, you got to do it, or it can be in the kitchen. It can be any kind of job in life. That's what I told my kids too. Is like, you talk to the people the way you want to be taught. You treat the people the way you want to be treated. If you ever remember these two formula as a winner, because you want people to talk to you shit. You want people like who make you wait. You want to serve a you don't know what. Okay, you ask them a question you don't know. You want somebody to treat you bad. You want somebody don't take care of you the way you want to be taken care of. And you do the way you do it. You gotta you want to receive. So you think it that way in any aspect in life. I feel like everybody can be successful. You can't expect that the people be nice to you, say you're an asshole. You want to be nice, and the people are going to be nice. And I always tell my kids, like, it's only few things money can buy. It can be a true love. You can buy a true love. But you can't buy respect. You got to earn respect. You got to earn respect. Because anybody can respect you just because you're the boss or you pay the bill or whatever. But surely they respect you. You got to earn the respect. Because the only way you can earn the respect when you show respect for them, number one. And number two, you show, hey, I know how to mop the floor. I know how to wash the dish. I know how to make this. I know how to do that. I can do that with my eyes closed. And I can do it, and I dare it many, many times. And, you got to earn it. I was interview a young boy today, I said, for a manager position. And I say, we talking. He was kind of a little intimidated, and he's good, smart boy. I really like it. I thought maybe he got what it take. But I say, the bigger challenge for you gonna be like when I was young myself. When I was 21, I was a chef in this restaurant. It was that the people was 50 years old. Okay, I gotta tell them, hey, now I need to make a little bit of mayonnaise. Because we make mayonnaise from scratch. And the guy make a 5-gallon bucket. And I don't want to yell at the guy because all of us I just said a little bagno Maria, a little container. It was, and you ask her to do something, and he kind of had, hey, this guy is like a little baby compared to me, but I know more than him. And the people kind of don't give you the respect you want or respect you deserve. Or when the bus station square, I was only 27, and then people look at me, where's your father? Oh, people think, you got a big shoes to fill. You remember that one?
Sure.
And time go by, and you show who you are, you show you the effort, and show that, you show the, the respect, and the people, you get the respect. My wife, you never want to go out in town. And when I say in town, like a 20 miles, the Borman or whatever, because wherever I go, I know people. And wherever I go, people, hey, Ottavio, people might be drink, or people, whatever. Or people sometimes, me and my wife go out, and people sit down at the table with us. Maybe sit down for half an hour talking, whatever. My wife said, I thought me and you went out tonight. And I said, yeah, but I mean, I said, the guy, get the fuck out. I can't, it's be nice. So my wife, we went there on Monday, we went like almost incredible, half an hour away, just having lunch, come back. I say, you can go down the street to Leo's. I don't want to go to Leo's. You talk to this guy. Leo's come over, and this, that, and they're going to buy a drink, and they do that. I don't want to drink at lunchtime. I said, okay, got to take. I said, no, so you don't want to drink. It's fine. But why? Take a time, take effort. You got to show who you are. You got to respect. And it doesn't matter if you're the president of the bank, but you're an asshole, how the people don't respect. Maybe they respect more the guy at the register, the cashier. It's like when we play jiu-jitsu once a year or once every couple of years. The master
Pedro Sauer,
he come in town, and the first meeting I met, I love the guy. He was so humble, so funny, and
Jim Bundy.
You got a lot to learn from him.
Yeah.
And when we just fighting, sparring each other, he kind of let me win first after kicking my ass. but when they come in the restaurant, Ottavio, we're gonna have a glass of wine. Sure, master. The guy, he was funny, he was humble, and his every smile, and he got a funny attitude. I kind of related the guy. The guy, I feel like I know for many, many years. And when they come in town, he make a point to come and see me because I feel like we connect. Because it's that kind of guy, that kind of personality, and he been all over the world. He told me a story when he walk in Brazil. You can't look people in the eyes. They want to fight. I'm like, are you serious? I thought you were joking. I said, no, I'm serious to fight right away. And the guy is one of the many people in life. You meet him, And right away, like one of the wealthy guy in the area, get on a bunch of malls.
Sure.
I don't want to mention name. I love him so much. He's
Great
a great guy, funny guy.
Yep.
I call him. I'm nobody compared to him. I call him. Mira se va in a house. He come. Oh, Anita. He come over and he would try to pick up the check or whatever. And we got so much fun. And the guy can be my grandfather, but I relate to him maybe more than his kids than my age. But because it's
why?
It's my style.
Because he was the guy that was out there doing the surveys and digging the stuff. They own the company, but he worked in it, and he's that kind of, and I feel like Pedro is the same kind of guy too, that backed
Pedro
it up.
He's the best.
Very
I can never
humble,
forget him. You never
guy.
forget that guy because he's the kind of guy. And I remember one day, Jim went in the bathroom and said, "Oh, Master, you want a glass of wine?" I said, "Yeah, but you say you don't want to drink today." They talk about you. And I'm like,
Jim doesn't drink.
I said, "Don't worry about it." I told the guy, "Bring a bottle of wine for Master, give it, and me. Cheap ass. I don't want to buy it. I buy it. Don't worry about it. Give it to. I get it."
You better not let him hear the episode. He gets you on the mat again.
I don't care. But, it's just like, I love the guy. He's like a, and, I only saw him 4 or 5 times now because every year come and see me and we sport a couple times in the road and he teach me a few moves and, and the guy, if you see the guy, you think it.
Yeah, he's my size.
You can take advantage of the guy.
Right. Yeah.
That guy, he can knock you down in 3 seconds, but look like and is not a mean guy. He's a super nice guy, and then many other people in this area in life you meet. Not a perfect example. You never in Italian. So another proverb, but say in English, you can judge people the way they dress or the way they look, and that is so true. And my father always said that. We were in Florida many years ago. My mother watched the kids. So me and my wife go out for dinner. We were in Cattiva. Sanabeo Alama, we went in Cattiva. And we go in this restaurant, there was no seat. Found 2 seats at the bar. So next to me was this guy, look, a construction guy with a hat, or dirty shirt, short pants. He speak a little Italian too. We kind of talk 20 minutes or whatever. It was a nice guy. He buy me drink, I buy me drink, whatever. I talked to him maybe for half an hour. The guy leave. Me and my wife got dinner, got a bottle of wine. I go for pay, and then the server said, "Oh, Mr. Okay, I don't remember his name now. You got your check." I said, "I just met the guy." "Who's the guy?" He said, "Oh, you don't know who is that?" I said, "No, I don't know. Who's the guy?" I said, "Oh, the guy is the guy. When you come to the ball from the to the bridge, you go from Formai the Sanabel and Formai the Sanabel. He owns all the plaza. He's one of the richest guy in the area." I'm like, the guy. Right. I feel bad. I'm buying me drink first because I thought maybe he needed a drink. The guy was I don't know. The guy was like the richest guy. And he pick up my check and I tried to tip the girl. I said, and he make sure he already tipping me. Dude, the guy was that kind of classy guy, but it was a show. It was like a, it means. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes I told us sometime in the survey too. Oh, the guy, dressed bad or just the guy. Say, you never judge people on the dress, but he ordered like a $200 bottle of wine. I said, see?
Right.
They said, "Oh, you think you're going to pay for it?" I said, "What do you think you're not going to pay for?" Because it's the way you dress. You can be like a construction guy that makes so much. Don't worry about it. Just people too judgmental today. And that's where the people sometimes don't get no respect for people who deserve respect. You gotta earn it, but they gotta give it when the right people.
Wise words from a wise man.
No.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk about some of these things that you've made here, though. Like, obviously, we've sampled the wine, delicious. You also have signature sauces, Station Square sauces.
We had a sauce that was in a Russia in February. We are the only restaurant in the area that we got 3 sauces. A lot of restaurants got 1 sauce. And the reason I come up with 3, I don't try to be, because I may be stinking. So you make it one product. If you make it one dish, you can make it one sauce. If you make it one spice, if you make it one kind of wine, you can't please everybody because everybody got different flavor. So we come up with the 3 different sauces. They are the main sauce in the area. Like the classic tomato basil marinara sauce. And it's just all natural. Plum tomato from Italy, extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic. That's it. And fresh basil. And then we got the arrabbiata, is kind of the same base, but we put a little hot pepper, a little extra garlic. And for the people, they like a little spicy, a little extra kick. And you can use that, it's the marinara too, for making like a, veal scaloppini or different, pork chop siciliano, different dish, or zuppa di pesce, had a little tomato sauce. After we got one of the biggest sale, the marinara is one of the top, but the pink alla vodka sauce, because the marinara base with the touch of the Parmesan cream sauce, a little fresh tomato, little basil too, and little vodka. It's not gonna give you a buzz, but just mentally, usually evaporated. A lot of people say, hey, I gotta take a drug test tomorrow, I gotta pee, I'm not gonna get it. I said, don't worry about it. It just evaporated. You're not gonna see it. Don't worry about it. But so we got 3 different flavors. Try to please everybody.
They're delicious sauces. How did you come up with them? Like, did you? And what's the manufacturing process like? What
the process
for people that are interested?
The manufacturer is in Bournemouth, Summer Garden.
Tom Ziden's place.
Yeah, they do it for us, and they do a great job.
Now, did you go there and like? Oh yeah, here's my recipe and sample.
Many years ago when they were starting. I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We are in a kitchen lab. And we did a lot of different testing, and we come up with the right formula. Now, is it exactly the same in a restaurant? No. But it's the consistent. Whatever you buy in a store is consistent. In a restaurant, sometimes, a little extra this or extra that. That, they got a formula. In a restaurant for the pink sauce, the only different. We put a more fresh tomato because we cook down. The other one, you can put a fresh tomato, so not get, break down. We try it and make it more watery, more thin, the sauce. Choose a less fresh tomato in the pink sauce. The arrabbiata is pretty much same, except, it's not a lot of fresh pepper. It's a more red pepper flakes, cayenne pepper. But you still got the same kick and the same, beautiful taste for the lover, for the spicy lover.
I made a pizza with that arrabbiata sauce. It's delicious.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You can use a lot of, like I said, zuppa di pesce, scaloppini, a different veal chop, pork chop, fillet, in different way. In the same way, like at the wine we talked about before, we got the Chardonnay and the Cab, because our formula, we test, try. Before it was from Sonoma, now it's for Napa, and we come up with this.
Do you like the Napa wines better?
I think in this case, yes. In this case, a little bit better. In the what I try, the bottle right away, and I like it. We let it age 6 months in a barrel, in a American oak, no French oak. I'm sorry, American oak. French oak sometimes is more overpowered, and it costs way more money to do it, to make it. In an American oak for 6 months, and they give you nice mellow. That's what we test, the mellowness and a little. I don't want to say oaky because you can test in the red a little more the oakiness, but a little bit. And I feel like it's nice balance. And like I said, for $26 bottle is the best. I can put this wine, I guess, side by side in a blind test with some of the name like a Behringer and Kendall Jackson. A lot of people sometimes they pretend they know wine. Say, oh, I want a glass of Cab. Oh, Kendall Jackson. Kendall Jackson is, I don't want to knock it down, Kendall Jackson. People like what I like, it's fine. But in a blind test, we did it many times for some people to change people's mind. And I feel we did a better job. People like better. But hey, everybody like what he like. The next one, we just come out this few months ago. Everybody said, oh, send me a little bit of spicy. How you make it? You black and prime, you black and grouper. your Cajun cream chicken, the drunk seafood fettuccine, and many more dishes. And this is the Cajun season. Spicy, great, and the black and prime, black and grouper, so a lot of them. Everybody love this one. You can use it for a lot of different preparation.
So he's got 3. Are those 7-ounce containers?
It's only 4 ounce.
4-ounce containers. And he's got 3 different, basically
different
rubs.
Flavor, but because it's the 3, this is our 3 signature spice. Like I said, this one uses steak, seafood, pasta. This one, the lemon pepper, you can put it like you just said before. You made it.
I put it in jasmine rice with some rice, tuna,
but you can make
thyme.
It lemon pepper, salmon, lemon pepper, broiled fish, halibut, whatever you like it. Lemon pepper chicken, and you can put in the rice. You can put in a little salad. You can sprinkle. It's very nice, fresh zins lemon taste, and with the black pepper, nice, all natural, great taste, nice. Now this one is very hard to find in any store, any place. This especially the charcoal season. Charcoal season, the only few place in the country now can make this. And it's not something you want to eat every day. I like every day, but it's made from charcoal. It's our signature. Charcoal, sea salt, and the our signature steak.
Sea salt. He's saying sea salt for
sea
those.
Salt.
Yeah, sea salt.
And it's our signature steak, the cherry pie. Now people get it from chicken. We got one dish, the 3-season haddock. In the 3-season haddock, I put all 3 seasons. And people, every bite, you got different flavor in one dish. It's kind of cool looking and cool the taste. And the char season, I love it. Now, when you use the char season, you don't put in no salt because it's already salty.
Yeah.
So you just you rub a little bit of olive oil. And after you put sprinkle a little bit both sides, and put it, we use a open fire grill, but you can see it in a pan too. And honestly, if you got a nice, like a rib, for me, ribeye is one of my favorite steak. Ribeye, New York strip. I'm not super filet guy. The meat filet is not enough flavor. I know people say it's lean, it's healthy. Okay, but I'm looking for flavor. Not for healthy. I don't want my wife to hear that, but it's like a flavor is my thing. But this is where I give you the flavor. So when every bite you get that, actually you're making me already in my mouth.
And I'm kind of getting hungry talking about all this food.
So it's like a nice little addition. Get Sunday when they be closed, or when you don't want to go out and you go to the grocery store, you can have a session square flavor made in your way, you like it, in your house.
And those are produced locally too.
Yeah, they're produced locally. I got a guy make it the way I like it.
They're $7.
$7
retail.
Anche Gianigo selling. I got a couple store in Boardman selling. I'm gonna have a couple other places. I got a guy selling now. And they we don't skimp in a jar because I feel like plastic jar. Sometimes you get a plastic flavor. We are glass jar.
Nice.
Nice seal. Top, you got the logo and a sign personally.
Oh, yeah. And that signature will be, yeah, oh boy.
Priceless.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Now, how long did it take you to develop those?
The spicy, it took a long time just because I want to make sure,
they're consistent. You get them
the
every
same.
time.
And
yeah.
now we got up. So now we're good. But something we say, I want to do it. We got no time. We got no right place. The right guy. Finally, I found the right guy who's doing it for me, and we love it. We sold a lot of Christmas time. We sold a lot of them.
Yeah, are they selling good? Because we're advertising them now too, so I got to get some feedback.
And the people like it. Like I say, you take it home and you got a signature. It's a great gift. Like I say, everybody, you buy 3 of these, you got $21. It's a great gift for $21.
Not only that, they last.
They last a long time.
The seasonings are robust.
Oh yeah, and it never go bad. When they say, expiration day, it's not expiration day. Cajun season never go bad. Lemon pepper never go bad. You got the citrus or whatever. Cajun never go bad. It lasts forever.
It's delicious. They're delicious.
So we're in a good place. We do, the other things. We make a lot of dessert, homemade in the restaurant. Like I said, we are in top trend, with the bourbon, tequila, and
Well, and not only that, you're known for seafood.
we do a lot of fresh seafood,
yeah.
halibut, surfish, grouper, snapper, halibut. It's my favorite.
Never frozen,
Never
always
all
fresh.
fresh.
Most of the stuff made at Station Square is made at Station Square. It's not like you bought it pre-cooked and you're heating it up.
We sell a lot of stuff, the Gianigo, most of the day. We sell a lot of the greens, Italian greens, soup, tiramisu, lasagna, marinara pink sauce for the fresh one too, not just in a jar, at Gianigo in Liberty.
Oh, okay.
A couple at the Gianigo, the one us doing it, is the one in Astabula and one in Austin Town. But honestly, and it's sad to say, you can't keep up, especially with the greens. People, the greens, the way we make it, we don't buy the frozen stuff. It's fresh, 100% escrow. And for make it a batch of the greens, it take a long time. You gotta clean it, triple wash, boil, strain, carry, saute, cool down. It is a lot of work for a batch of greens.
You mean you don't just open the frozen packet of spinach and
I'll
throw it in the thing, throw
you-
some garden salt on there, some
You
garlic
open-
salt and
Open your
olive
eyes.
oil, huh? Mix it up.
No.
Triple wash. So a lot of people, if you're not from this area, I know when people have come, we've had consultants come in to work on projects and stuff, and we'll take them out to dinner. And the two things people usually say, man, you guys got great food here. And they'll say, of that great food, what's this hot peppers and oil? They got these hot peppers. Or greens. What are these Italian greens? So a lot of people if you're not from the area or you don't have Italian, a heritage background, you might not know what greens are, but greens are exactly what they are. Greens like escrow, mustard greens, spinach greens.
That is with the greens. One of the, a lot of people make greens, but they don't make 100% escrow. They mix cut corner with some other stuff.
So what's the difference with the escrow? Like, why does it make it taste better?
The escrow, the greens taste way better. Sweeter, nice, tasty, beautiful greens. Sometimes you go to a place to get greens whiten or
bitter,
super dark. People use it in dye, spinach, and whatever. But on top of that, one of their signature salad is the escrow salad. The escrow salad is made two signature salad, but one is the escrow salad is made only with the heart of the escrow. So the white and yellow part of the center. So for making one large escrow salad, it tastes so good, crunchy, beautiful taste. It takes almost 3 head escrow to make it. So it's very unique, very tasty. On top of my favorite salad, okay, I almost eat every other day, is a baby arugula salad. I love that one too. But for finish today, we got a couple,
we got to get some promotions in. Yeah.
We're going to take, Station Square every Tuesday. We got 20% off the every wine in the wine list. So you got a chance to come at Tuesday night and try every wine you like it, $4,000 too, for 20% off. Just only Tuesday. Every wine and wine list across the board. And every Wednesday we got Wine Wednesday. And Wine Wednesday is just people can sometimes want something different. Like tomorrow, Wednesday night, we're going to have it every Wednesday 4 different wine. It's not a wine list. We got 450 wine on top of that. Just that people get some other idea. And then last and not least, we got every month we do a wine test. Usually try to do every Thursday, the second or the third week the month. And we got a wine test every month. So check it our website and stop down, leave your email because you put your email in list. And last one,
like the Facebook page too.
Facebook page.
There's a lot of updates there.
We do a lot of catering in a few different locations, like a Stambo. We got a lot of wedding coming up, and graduation, private party, retirement party, whatever. We don't got a banquet room at Station Square. Sometimes we put people in a patio because we can accommodate 40 people. On the side of the dining room, we got like about 32 the most. But we do a lot of catering. Stambo, the Metroplex. Metroplex got accommodate 1,000 people. Stambo about 450 comfortably. with the dance floor. So they got a big dance floor, 400. Dior, okay, now is part of the Istanbul, about 250. They almost 275 one time. The Jewish Community Center, People's House. So we do a lot of catering too in top the regular business. Carry out whatever you guys need. But I want to say thank you, Jim. Thank you to Tick and the dog. And see you soon.
Well, thanks for coming on. I had a great time. Thanks for letting the listeners hear about all your escapades in coming up in the restaurant business. I want to mention again the website, thestationsquare.com, and then also their Facebook page where they put a lot of these events on there. Because if you're not from the area and you're traveling through, this is definitely a place you want to stop and try. Again, that Tuesday, I started doing the math in my head. I thought, geez, if I wanted to get that $5,000 bottle of wine, 20% off. Yeah, I could save. Yeah,
save $800,000.
You save $1,000. Yeah.
Hey, money for you is not. You.
Yeah, it grows on trees for me.
Jim, you work for fun.
Yeah, I work for fun. It's just all fun and games here.
That's all.
When I'm working with Ottavio, it usually is a lot of fun. So I'm blessed to have some amazing clients like him and to have him as a friend. And thank you for the wine. And I'll see you at the restaurant soon. The rest of you prodders out there, get over to the Station Square if you're local. Of course, we do gift card giveaways. They've been gracious to be our sponsor for the last 3 seasons. I got to twist Ottavio's arm because we haven't done the sponsorship stuff yet. So hopefully we have some gift cards to give away from them.
We forgot about today. Yeah, we're going to bring it over and give it away. No problem.
Yours is always one of the top requested, so
Perfect.
That's good stuff.
Perfect.
Hey, appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. Listeners, until the next time, stay electrified and be kind to one another. Take care.
Booyah.